When I think about successful urban projects, they're like the West Side urban park development in New York City. Set of ruined docks next to a huge highway that were reclaimed as spaces for small businesses, for weekend leisure, spaces that really brought together people of quite different economic and social circumstances in an unexpected place.
One of the things that has been happening in Istanbul is this urban regeneration scheme, whereby not only our slums that were in the inner city have been removed by relocating the population there to rather remote sites in the periphery of the city, but also most of the sort of cultural sites that would be attractive to the tourists have been highlighted by establishing green zones around them, etc. So there are all kinds of physical and institutional and ideological interventions which are necessary, if you wish, to make the city more welcoming to foreigners, to investment, to tourists.
Everything that connects to environmental responses, where it takes a neighborhood, or it takes a block of people, or it takes more than just one house, is good. For instance, to set up a bike path, to set up a little urban farm garden, these things that are happening in New York. New York City is now the proud owner, we might say, of 112 farms. Any of those things that require multiple households or a whole neighborhood or a series of neighborhoods is good. The environmental challenge is bringing out a lot of that good stuff. So I would say that to me is one of the best interventions. The notion Chicago now has that all new roofs have to be green roofs. Things like that.
In the book, we also give examples of micro projects, which actually really change an individual's life on the ground. One example, India, Mumbai. Slums don't have running water, they don't have access to the most basic requirements, such as toilets. There's no space for toilets in rooms which are, let's say, a quarter of the size of this room and have 7 people living in there. So it's that sort of situation. So one community group actually created a new, clean community toilet. This community toilet had spaces for the women separate from the men, where the women were able to talk, very important thing, talk together, talk about violence, talk about abuse, talk about education of their children, outside sort of the difficult zone sometimes of the family, particularly where it's so overcrowded. That led to the creation of 2-3 rooms above this community toilet, which we use for education, for basic training, effectively, and interface between women and children. So you get a microcosm of a civilizing element in the city. Now, we collectively, Urban Age, Deutsche Bank, gave $50,000 to this project, which is a massive amount of money, which has kickstarted a series of these initiatives around the city.
So in my view, the way forward on this is to do lots of small projects rather than try and get one big mega project which engineers success for the entire city.